Now, we often get asked the question about becoming an authority in your field. What are the key components to becoming an authority in your field? Now, this video is going to talk about various aspects to become an authority in your field, in your industry, so you can truly go out there and make an impact and make a change. And then what I'm going to do is make individual videos for each one. So this is the overall outlook of what does it mean to become an authority, to speak, to influence, to really make an impact in your industry. Now, you might see my eyes looking down because I just want to stay on track and make sure that I am to point, because there's nothing worse than someone babble on like I just did. So let's get down to business and let's tell you what it will take for you to become an authority in your industry, in your space, so you can speak, to influence and truly grow your business through speaking. Of course, one of the first and the best ways you can do that is to become a fully trained speaker. Now, that does mean actually investing in training, really understanding what does it take to deliver compelling stories, what does it mean to share your brand story, your business idea, what does it mean to share your mission and your vision in a way that enrolls the audience into you, that really captures their attention and buys into you to create brand loyalty. Also, what does it mean to understand audience psychology and things like that, to understand a pitch structure that leads the audience to want to buy from you. So that's the first thing you can do, of course, is become a fully trained speaker. The next one, of course, after that is, once you've been trained to be a speaker, is to host events. Now, you can do them online, you can do them offline, you can do them online, you can do them offline. Depends the type of audience you're attracting, depends what currently is going on in the world, but actually hosting online or offline events allows you to gather an audience to hear about your expertise and be seen as an authority. The more you do it, the more consistent you are, the more you're seen as an expert in your field. The other one, of course, is to have your own radio show or podcast, right? And the reason you do that is by facilitating a podcast which shares expertise, which is educational, which is entertaining, which also interviews guests in your area of expertise, means you're facilitating and shining the light on other people's expertise, which enhances your expertise. The other way, of course, is to actually state that you are an authority or an expert. Now, you've got to have things to back that up. So you've got to state your own expertise or your authority. So I am an expert in working with business owners and entrepreneurs to help them use speaking as a growth strategy, whether it be online or offline. That's my expertise. Now, I have to have the rest of that to back it up. I have to have delivered X amount of trainings. I have to have X amount of members. The other thing, of course, that I'm going to throw in here is write a book, and we'll come back to that in a minute. I've got the book about it. I've got 4 books, actually. So these are the things that you can do to be seen as an authority and expert. But of course, one of them is claiming them, but you've got to have everything that backs it up. Don't be a charlatan. Don't be a fake guru. Don't be like, oh, I can do this and this and this, and you're still learning yourself. You've got to have the experience. You've got to have everything that it takes to back it up. Yeah. The other one is, of course, to lead the way, become a leader, show your expertise by your results, by your studies, by your research, by your testimonials, by the case studies. These are the aspects that people will really buy into when you show your leadership, when you share your leadership pieces, whether it be online or written. Again, back to maybe writing a book. Writing articles is a big one as well, right? The more you write. Blogs, of course, is another one. Being seen in magazines is another one. These are all aspects that make you an authority. And as I said, I'm going to do a video on each and every one of them. Now, as well as putting on events, training and teaching is another way to be seen as an authority. Teaching and training is another way. So you can have training courses. You can have pre-recorded training courses. You can teach your thought leaderships, your concepts, your system. You can teach what it takes for your customer to understand why you are an authority. Now, even if you're a tech company, to be innovative, let's say you have an app, to be innovative, which trains and teaches people, maybe indirectly to buy into your brand, that is a clever way to do it, and that will get you to stand out as an authority in your space. Of course, being guests on radio shows and podcasts, being guests on articles is another one that does it. You know, these are all the elements that help you become an authority in your field. YouTube is a great one. You're watching this on YouTube, or maybe you're watching this on another channel. However, these are the aspects. Now, of course, a YouTube channel with Viewers and subscribers that engage is what shows you as an expertise. Gone are the days where people are looking at the numbers. If you look just recently, 2 massive influencers reduced their followings down to I think one went from 6,000 to 900. In fact, both of them with similar numbers, because it's about engagement now. It's not about huge following, it's about engagement. So you can have a very small following, but if it's highly engaged, that shows your expertise and your authorities. Of course, following from that is your social media following. So you want to make sure that your following is loyal, is engaged. If it's big, great, and that's appropriate for you, but maybe you're really niched, and what you need is a really deep following of very niched followers that are highly engaged and are likely to buy from you. So those are the things that allow you to be seen as an authority in your space, to be an expert, to be seen and to use speaking to influence. They all follow through that. So I said I've written a book. That's another one, of course. Speak, Influence, Sell is my book. If you want a copy of that, let me know. But these are all the elements that help you be seen as an authority in your space. Now, speaking runs throughout that, right? If you want to host events, you've got to be a great speaker. If you want to host your radio show, got to be a great speaker, right? If you want to claim and display your expertise, how you communicate that, got to be a great speaker, right? If you want to lead, share thought leadership, become a great speaker. Now, one thing I didn't talk about is aligning strategic partnerships. So partnering up with people who have a similar audience to you, but do not compete. That is a brilliant way. And guess what? You need to pitch to them. You need to discuss your partnership. So that in itself will make you be seen as an authority, as an expert, but you're going to be able to speak and pitch to do that. So can you see there's a thread here? Being guest on podcasts, running your radio show. The thing that runs through all that, if you want to speak to influence, to be seen as an authority, that is the common thread that runs through everything I just talked about. So make sure if you like this video, subscribe and you follow us. And I will see you in the next videos.